What's up guys, with the new staff environmental changes coming into the game, a lot of people are going to want to be learning how to Fortic auto attack as it does benefit the changes to the staff a hell of a lot. Now you will have to be on full manual to do this, and there's a few other things as well that I'm going to cover in this video so that you know exactly how to do it. I've made a short video of this, like a YouTube short version of how to Fortic in under 60 seconds, but it's more information in this video, so if you have seen that but you're looking to maybe move over, this will be a better video for you. We'll go a little bit more in depth than in the 60-second video. That being said, this video shouldn't be too long, so hopefully it doesn't get that way. To start off with, what exactly is Fortic auto attacking? Well, Fortic auto attacking is weaving auto attacks or spell casts in between your abilities on magic by swapping from your wand and your orbs, your dual wield, to your staff, and as you swap between them, you will use an auto attack before you cast an ability on your staff. The benefits to doing this leads to increased DPS, and you're also going to get the effects of the actual spell that you cast as well. So if you use blood spells, you're going to get some health back whenever you do this, and if you use ice spells, then you can stun the things in place or freeze them in place. And then of course there's other things you can do too, like you can apply smoke cloud in between it. Fortic auto attacking is definitely a very useful skill to have, but like I say, it does require full manual, so that is something you'll have to consider if you are looking to do this. With the staff environmental changes, it is going to allow you to get more hits in, which leads to more crits, and so it's definitely something that's going to benefit you a lot. And also you want to Fortic now because the staff doesn't work off of like spell damage, it works off of ability damage. So anyway, with that said, let's get into this. How exactly do you Fortic auto attack in RuneScape? Well, the very first thing you're going to want to have is a wand, an orb, and a staff. You need all of these to be able to Fortic auto attack, as you will be switching between them. You then need to keybind all of these in a comfortable place because you'll be using them a lot, and then also find a nice comfortable keybind for the spell that you want to Fortic auto attack as well, as again you'll be using this a lot too. Finally, there's a couple of settings options that you need to enable. One, you need to be on full manual mode. You can do this in Revolution, but you have to come off of the boss, stop yourself from doing anything, and then you can do it, and it's just effort, wouldn't recommend it. And the second thing you need to do is make sure you have manual spellcasting enabled. Again, you can find this with the settings shown on screen now. The reason you need manual spellcasting is if you don't have this ticked, then you will change your spell rather than actually using a spell when you use the keybind. Anyway, with that being said, on to how to do this. Okay, so it's time to actually talk about how to Fortic, give you examples, and mention a couple of things beforehand that are going to be really useful to know and help you along your way. One, when you're learning, be on the standard spell book and be on the airstrike spell. This is going to make it really cheap for you to do, and it is also going to give you a visual indicator to let you know when you've done it correctly. For example, as you see here, you see the animation for the auto attack coming through. You will see that when you Fortic, and you'll know that you've done it correctly. This is important, especially when getting a feel for the timing and stuff. So make sure you do this. The next thing is the indicator to know when you use the auto attack. So we'll just quickly explain again. To Fortic, you're going to be on your wand and orb. You're going to cast a spell. You're going to swap to your staff, you're going to use an auto attack, and you're going to use an ability almost at the same time. The ability first, the auto attack first, sorry, and then that's pretty much it. Then you'll swap back to your wand and orb. Now the timing on this can be a little bit tricky at first, but there is an indicator to know when you use that auto attack. That's the little tricky bit, but is an indicator. So if you see here when I use freedom, you watch my global cooldown. Some of my abilities, not all, sometimes it's just a couple, sometimes it's all of them. I don't know why it does this. If someone knows, explain. I think it's just a random thing, but either way, some of the abilities will flash like this. So you watch the global cooldown and then you see the flash, and they all flashed nicely that time, beautifully. That's your indicator to use the actual auto attack. That's when you know that it's time to use that. That's something that's really good for when learning. Eventually you just get a feel of the timing because it's the same exact timing every time, but that's the thing to know. So when you've used your ability on your dual wield first, and then you swap to your staff, you're waiting for that. You see it, and then you press the thing and you press the ability. That being said, as you saw that time, only a couple of my abilities flashed that time. I don't know why, but there will be a flash and you will see it out of the corner of your eye. So keep an eye out for that. It is definitely worth keeping an eye on. The next thing that I wanted to mention is you cannot Fortic from channeled abilities, meaning Great Concentrated Blast. You can't do that and then swap to another ability and Fortic. It won't work. It does not allow you to do it. The same goes from Asphyxiate, and the same goes from, I believe, Omnipower as well, and then Tendrils and stuff like that as well, of course. But you are going to want to use Great Concentrated Blast pretty much every time you're going to Fortic, so you'll use Great Concentrated Blast followed by a non-channeled ability, and then swap, and then you will Fortic when you see the flash, and you'll get your auto attack and the ability damage hitting in the same tick as well. So to do this, it is very simple. you're just going to use a non-channeled ability or Great Concentrated Blast, then a non-channeled ability on dual wield. As soon as you've done that non-channeled ability, swap to your staff, wait for the flash on your global cooldown, use the auto attack keybind that you've set, followed by an ability that you want to use immediately, and then rinse and repeat. Swap back to your dual wield, use Great Concentrated Blast and an ability, and then swap to your staff and rinse and repeat all the way around. And it'll look just like this. So we're going to use Great Concentrated Blast, Dragon Breath, swap to the staff, wait for the flash, use the ability with the auto attack first, and then swap back to dual wield and rinse and repeat. Of course, talking about it and actually doing it is a bit different. But there you go. You see that there'll be 2 hits each time, and you will actually see the indicator too, because we are using the airstrike, and that's definitely important. You see it comes through with it as well. So it is definitely something that's going to take some practice, guys, and it is something that I believe everyone can definitely do this, absolutely, and it's something that is definitely worth learning, but just wait for that timing on the flash there, and then throw out your ability with the auto attack first every time. Always auto attack, then ability. I have this set to my mouse and my auto attack, and the ability on my my keyboard, so I can press with both hands. I press the auto attack with my mouse click that I've remapped. It's a 1-for-1 remap. It's not a macro, guys. It's just a 1-for-1. And then of course my ability on the left hand, so I can just press them both very, very quickly, making it nice and easy to do. But finding the keybinds is definitely a big part of this, and I would suggest definitely making sure you've got the right keybinds for yourself. And if it feels a bit weird, then maybe mix it up and try something else instead. But always, 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 it is dual wield without a channeled ability as your last ability. Swap, wait for the flash. Ability with the auto attack first. I say this every time, auto attack first, and then ability immediately after. And that's how you Fortic. Practice it loads on these dummies or whatever, War's Retreat. And make sure you're on the airstrike. It's not very expensive like that, and that's pretty much it. But if you have any questions, then please do leave them in the comments down below. Like I say, you can't use channel abilities with this and then do it, so you'll have to keep that in mind. But do practice using Greater Concentrated Blast and then using a regular ability and then swapping, because you are going to want to take advantage of that when you are PVMing anyway, because Great Concentrated Blast is just too good not to use. And then of course eventually you get into using your thresholds and stuff as well, and other stuff along the lines too. So like, you're just gonna get into the habit of doing these at the right time. As long as you see that auto attack fly out there, the little airstrike, then you know your timing is good, and you know that you are on your way to doing this. This is going to get a lot more difficult going from a dummy to a boss. Don't get stressed about it, don't panic about it. It is going to take time, especially if you're learning full manual at the same time as well. But it's definitely worth it. So if you do end up doing this, good luck, and I hope it goes well. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully this was helpful, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye.